Good morning, students. Anyone please confirm me? So is my voice audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So good morning, students. Before getting to the actual topic of today's session, so let us have a usual quiz. Okay. So this quiz it is fully based on the Vibro placement. Which of the following modifiers cannot be applied to a top level class? Top level class, which means it may be a base class or super class, okay, anything. So which of the following modifiers cannot be applied to a top level class? One of the important MCQ part in the placement. C, sorry, next, subtract. Let me cover in today's session, okay. Try your next answer. D, that is why I have chosen this question. This is one of the confusing one. That is why it is included in the video placement. Yes, B is right. Okay, B is right. But once you make your class as final, means that class is not eligible for that is not eligible for reusability. That is inheritance. Okay, so the actual answer is private. Okay. Next, which of the following modifiers can be applied to a constructor? Which of the following modifiers can be applied to a constructor? Next, can be. Aparna, right. Okay, private. The usual modifiers. Actually, what are the types of modifiers? Actually, four types in Java, right? The default, private, public, protected. So these four modifiers can be able to apply to the constructor. Other than these, other keywords, okay, are not eligible in the constructor. So private is the right answer. Abstract, final, volatile. These other keywords are not eligible using the constructor part. Okay. Okay. Read your question. Once or twice. How restrictive is the default accessibility compared to public, protected, and private accessibility? How restrictive is the default accessibility compared to public, protected, and private accessibility? So there are four access specifiers: default, public, protected, and private, right? So in this, you have compared default with public, protected, and private. Just read your answers once or twice. A, B, C, D. The first, less restrictive than public, more restrictive than public, but less restrictive than protected, more restrictive than protected, but less restrictive than private, more restrictive than private. I'm asking here the suitable answer. Why they are included this question is in the Wipro placement means there are a lot of confusions in this. More than two choices are almost similar. Most gave the same answer. Okay. Venkat Ramanan. C. C is the right. Okay. That is more restrictive than protected. Okay. Default, which is more restrictive than protected, which means in protected, using the inheritance concept, you can the protector has some access specificity outside the package using the inheritance concept. But default, the access specificity within the package only, but less restrictive than private. Yes, actually, on the top four, private, which is the one of the most restrictive access specifiers. So compared with the private, I'm using the default, which is the less restrictive, right? Next, you want subclasses in any package to have access members of a superclass, which is the most restrictive access modifier that will accomplish this objective. Yes, right? C is the right. Yes. Here the question is, which is the most restrictive access specifier? That is why the C, protected, is right. Else public is also one of the part, right? So as the question is one of the most restrictive access specifiers, we will choose protected. It's the best choice. Okay, next. Abstraction. I think the screen is visible to you. Okay. So now in this session, we will understand one more important pillar of OOPS, that is Java abstraction, whose main functionality is to hide the internal implementation details. Okay, so the main functionality of abstraction is hide the internal implementation details. If you look at the above image, you can see when you get a call, you get an option to either pick it up or just reject it. So, but in reality, there's a lot of code that runs in the background, right? So here you don't know the internal processing of how a call is generated. So that is the beauty of abstraction. Okay, in Java, how can you achieve the abstraction concept? Using two concepts, you can achieve abstraction. The first one, abstract class. The second one, interface. The first definition, abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation details and showing only functionality to the user. Okay, so that is abstraction lets you focus on what the object does instead of how it is does. Okay, there are two ways to achieve abstraction in Java. The first one, abstract class. Okay, one of the one type. The second thing, interface. See here in abstract class, you can achieve abstraction in the 0 to 100%. That is, you can use abstract class as a partial implementation of abstraction. Interface, which is bring to the full implementation of abstraction, 100%, which is abstraction. It can able to give 100% abstraction using interface. Abstract class, which can be able to bring abstraction in partial manner, 0 to 100%. Okay. Next, abstract class in Java. So abstract class. So abstract from the term, you can identify this is one of the class, right? Abstract class contains the abstract keyword. Okay. How can you differentiate the abstract class from the normal concrete class? By using the keyword abstract. Okay. So abstract class contains the abstract keyword. But what exactly it means? So abstract. Abstract means if you are making a class abstract, which means it cannot be instantiated. Okay. Okay. If you are, this is one of the important MCQ part. If you make any classes abstract means that class cannot be instantiated. So what is instantiated? Instantiated means using the keyword new, you can able to create an object. That's the normal procedure of the concrete class. So after creating a class, you can create an object for the class using the keyword new. That's the instantiation process. Okay, if you are making any class as abstract means that cannot be instantiated. That means you cannot create an object of the abstract class. And also, an abstract class can contain abstract as well as concrete methods. Concrete method means as usual method. That is void add, void multiplication. That as usual methods. Okay, this is the difference between abstract and interface. That is why abstract, which is the partial implementation of abstraction, 0 to 100. Why means abstract class can contain abstract as well as concrete methods. There are two type of methods in abstract class. That is, it is possible to have abstract methods and normal concrete methods. We have already know about our normal concrete methods. Next, what is abstract method? Okay, let me see on the next slides. Some rules for Java abstract class. Okay, first rule number one: an abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword. Okay, yes, it can have both abstract as well as non-abstract methods. That is normal concrete methods. Yes, it cannot be instantiated. Yes, since it is abstract, it cannot be instantiated, and it can have final methods. Okay, so final, which is the next topic in the upcoming sessions. We will see about upcoming sessions. So final, it can have final methods. Actually, this is the one of the important difference between interface and abstract. It can also final methods. Okay, it can have constructors and static methods also. Okay, so abstract class can able to have constructors and static methods. We have already know about constructor and static method. Okay, static means what do you mean by static? Static means which is the common property of your class, which is not respective to the object, right? If you are making any term as a static means it's the common property, okay, which is does not belongs to any object, that is static, which we have already seen in unit number 1. So these are some few rules of Java abstract class. Next, abstract method. Okay, what do you mean by abstract method? How can you differentiate the abstract method? See, a method which is declared as abstract keyword. Okay, a method which is declared as abstract keyword and does not have implementation is known as abstract method. Okay, abstract method means it does not have any implementation details. Only the declaration part is there. Okay, so example of abstract method, a syntax. It is starting with the abstract, the keyword abstract void print status. Okay, then semicolon. That is no method body. Okay, that is the declaration part only is that in abstract method. Abstract void print status semicolon. Okay, this is the syntax of abstract method. Okay, so abstract method means there is no any implementation. Okay, it starts with the keyword abstract. Okay, it is included in the abstract class. Example of abstract class that has an abstract method. So see here, here the bike, which is the abstract class. Why it is abstract class? Because it is starting with the keyword abstract. Abstract class bike, since it is abstract, it has its abstract methods. Here only one method, run, okay, which is the abstract method. Since it is abstract, it has no implementation in the abstract class. So abstract void run, that is semicolon. Okay, that is only one thing in bike abstract class. Next, one more class, as usual, concrete class, Honda 4, okay, which extends bike. Okay, if any class using the property of abstract class using the keyword extends, as usual, inheritance concept. Okay, class Honda 4 extends bike. Okay, that Honda 4 concrete class which extends the abstract class bike. That's the meaning. Here, as Honda 4 extends the abstract class bike, that Honda 4 should give the implementation detail of that abstract method run. Okay, so in abstract class, the run method which has no any implementation. That is, since it is abstract method in bike, but in Honda 4, the Honda 4 this class extends bike. That class should give the implementation detail of the run. So it just avoid abstract in Honda 4. Okay, no need to put abstract keyword in Honda 4 because here you are giving the implementation detail. So void run, just one printing statement running safely. Okay, so within the main function, within the main function, you are creating just a reference variable for abstract. You can able to create the reference variable, that is bike obj. You can able to create a reference variable, but you cannot be able to instantiate that. That is why bike which is the abstract, OPJ, the name of the reference variable, the name of the object, equal to new Honda 4. Okay. So you can able to only creating a reference variable for the abstract class, but you cannot be able to instantiate the abstract. That is why after the new keyword, the as usual concrete method Honda 4, which is added. Okay, so which is the eligible syntax in the abstract class. It is also one of the important part. Okay, like which is valid or not. Okay, this is also important MCQ part. So using the object obj.run. Okay, you can call the run. So what is the output? The output running safely. Okay. Next, one more example, shape. Here, the abstract class, which is shape, and within that abstract class, one abstract method, that is draw. Since it is abstract, it is starting with the keyword abstract and no any implementation. Next, two concrete classes. First one rectangle, second one circle. The rectangle classes extends shape. Since rectangle extends shape, it should give the implementation detail of draw. Okay, so void draw, just print drawing rectangle. Next, one more concrete class circle, which also extends the abstract class shape. As circle extends shape, it should give the implementation detail of that abstract method draw. So we just add void draw. Just neglect abstract because it is not abstract here. Here we are going to create giving the implementation detail. So void draw. So within the draw, just and one of the print statement drawing circle. Next one more class, the test abstraction. A new class. Within the class, you can create a main function. Then the same thing. Create the reference variable shape. Yes. Okay, this is the reference variable for the class equal to new circle. Here you are creating the object for the class circle. Okay, so yes, which is the object of the class circle. So yes dot draw. So what is the result? So obviously the draw within the circle is called because you are creating the object for the circle only. Okay, so the output is drawing circle. Okay. Next, abstract class having constructor, data members, and methods. Okay. This is also one of the important difference between abstract class and interface. Abstract class having constructor, yes, but interface does not having any constructor. So here one more abstract class, the same bike. In the bike abstract class having its own constructor, that is default constructor, no argument constructor, bike. And within the bike, just print bike is created. Next, one more abstract method, abstract void run. Since it is abstract, it has no any implementation. Okay, no any implementation. Next, one more concrete method, change gear. Okay, void change gear. So in this concrete method, I just one a println statement gear changed. Okay, that's the thing in the abstract class bike. Next, a normal concrete class Honda, which extends bike. As Honda extends bike, it should be given the implementation detail of the abstract method run. So void run. So within this running safely. Okay. So one more new class within the main class. So in the main class, we are creating the object. So bike OPJ, so reference variable equal to new Honda. So we are creating the object for the Honda class. Okay. So OPJ dot run means so automatically that run is called. Okay, so what is the first statement which will be printed? Since your abstract class, which is having its own constructor, that only called implicitly. That's the first statement. Bike is created. The constructor statement is printed as first. Bike is created. Next, OPJ dot run. Okay, so the object dot run. So that is running safely, which is printed. Next, object dot change gear. So using the object of the concrete class, you can able to call the normal class within the abstract. So change gear, the statement gear changed. That statement is printed as lost. Okay. So this is the order of printed. Okay. So construct. So this is the example for abstract class using the constructor, normal data, normal abstract method as also a normal method. Okay. Three things are added in the abstract class. Next, okay, abstract is over. Okay, so what do you mean by abstract? Abstract, it is a class. How it is differentiate from other class? It is starting with abstract keyword, and it has its abstract method. The abstract method, which is also starting with a keyword abstract. Since it is abstract, it has its no any implementation. If any normal concrete class which extends the abstract class, means that class only give the responsibility to give the implementation of the abstract method. Okay, so as abstract method allows constructor a normal concrete method and also abstract method. So it is provided the abstraction in the ratio of 0 to 100. Okay. Next, interface in Java. Uh, what is the main use of interface in Java? You can one of the type multiple inheritance, right? Multiple inheritance. You can use the interface concept. You can implement multiple inheritance in Java. One of the important MCQ question. Okay, so using the interface concept, you can able to implement multiple inheritance in Java. So first, what is interface? The same thing, interface, which is also one of the concept abstraction, but it provides a full abstraction, pure abstraction concept, 100% gives abstraction. How? Let us see. An interface is a Java, an interface in Java is a blueprint of a class. It has static constants and abstract methods. The important thing, it has static constants and abstract methods. That these two things are included, only included in interface, which is static constants and abstract methods. Okay. The interface in Java is a mechanism to achieve abstraction. Yes, there can be only abstract methods in the Java interface. Yes, this is the difference between abstract class and interface. In interface, there can be only abstract methods in the Java interface, not method. So, as usual, abstract method means not method body. Okay, it is used to achieve both abstraction as well as multiple inheritance in Java. Okay, so interface can be able to achieve abstraction as well as multiple inheritance in Java. First, how to declare an interface? Like abstract class starting with the keyword abstract, interface starting with the keyword interface. Interface, the name of the interface, that is enough. Okay, no need for anything class. Interface, the name of the interface. So what are the things are included in the interface? Static, that is constant fields and abstract methods. So declare constant fields, declare methods that abstract by default, which means declare methods that abstract by default, which means you no need to give the name abstract explicitly in the method within the interface, because the compiler which is automatically include the keyword abstract by default. Okay, you no need to explicitly add the keyword abstract in interface. Okay, so example, see here, uh, first point, interface fields are public, static, and final. Okay, by default. So here one of the interface. Interface, the keyword, the name of the interface, printable. Within the interface, only two things are there: int min equal to 5, void print. Okay. So as per the programmer side, they are just initialize the initialize the thing int min equal to 5, void print. But in the compiler part, int min equal to 5, okay, which is treated as public static final, okay, public static final. That terms are added by default by the compiler itself, okay. So what are all the variables initialized in the interface, which is automatically converted into public static final. You no need to explicitly add these things in the interface. Automatically it is included. So the variables initialized within the interface are public static final as default. Okay, now important MCQ question in anything in your class or also in your placement or like that. Okay, this is the important one. Next method, void print. So from the programmer side, they just simply add void print, which is automatically converted public abstract void print, which is that the terms public and abstract. Okay, the keywords are automatically included by the compiler. Okay, no need to add these terms as explicitly in the interface. By default, all the variables initialized in the interface are public static final. By default, all the methods which is declared. Why declared? Because no body declared within the interface are automatically public abstract. Okay, so int min equal to 5, which is converted into public static final int min equal to 5. So void print, which is automatically converted into public abstract void print. Okay, these two things are eligible property within the interface. Next, the relationship between classes and interface. Interfaces. See, the first one, class extends class, right? Actually, what is the concept bring in the first diagram? Class extends class. Anyone please give your answer in the chat box. Class extends class. What's the name of the concept in Java? Class extends class. Yes, inheritance. Okay, right. So the first concept, which is comes under in particular one of the type a simple inheritance. Okay, a second the class in the upper the lower part class which extends the upper. So the upper class which acts as a super class, the lower part which is the child class. Okay. So next, this is as usual inheritance concept. The next concept, a class implements interface. Here extends implements. These terms are talking about the keyword. If a class wants to reuse the existing interface name, the class should use the keyword implements. So class implements interface. Okay, this is the important MCQ. So a class, a normal concrete class can able to extend another normal concrete class interface that is inheritance concept. A normal concrete class can able to implement using the keyword implements with interface. Okay, using the existing interface, that is a class implements interface. That is the interface concept. Next, one more concept. Yeah, an interface can able to access the existing another interface. An interface can able to reuse the another interface using the term extends. Okay, so interface extends another interface. Okay, a normal class extends a normal class. A normal class implements interface, and in interface extends another interface. Important difference between these three. Okay, it's important MCQ part. So next, okay, interface example. Okay, here printable, which is the interface. So interface name of the interface printable. So within the interface, only one method declaration is there, that is print. So just void print, that is enough. So it is automatically treated as public abstract void print. Okay, it is automatically treated as public abstract void print by compiler. Next, a normal class A6, they're using the keyword here. See the keyword implements. So class A6 implements printable. Okay, since the printable, which is the interface that as the class A print. So if that method is overridden by the base class A6 means you should add the access specifier public. If you are remove that access specifier means it will bring error. This is also important MCQ part in the Vibro placement. Okay, if your normal class which provide the implementation detail of the abstract method which is in the interface, that you should add the public keyword here. That is why here public void print. Okay, public void print. If you are eliminating this public means it is treated as default. Okay, that is bring error. So you should add public void print. So system.out.println hello. Okay. Next, within the main function, creating the you are creating the object for a normal class as usual syntax. You are creating here in this program as usual syntax. You are creating the normal object for the class normal class A6. The name of the object obj new A6. So obj dot print means the hello is printed. Okay, hello is printed. Simple one. Next, one more interface program. Here, the name of the interface, drawable. Okay, so drawable. Here, one method, void draw. So this method is automatically treated as public abstract void draw. So two classes are there, rectangle classes and circle. The rectangle class implements drawable. So as rectangle implements drawable, it should give the implementation detail of the draw. So public void draw, a simple print statement drawing rectangle. Next, coming to the circle class. So class circle, which implements drawable, which is the interface. That is why we are using the keyword implements. So as circle implements a drawable, that circle give the implementation detail of the abstract method draw. So public void draw, say simple print statement drawing circle. Next, one more main class. Within the main class, you are creating the object. Here, drawable D. This is also a preferable one. So you can able to create a reference variable, but you cannot instantiate the interface. Okay, the same thing abstract. Both are cannot be instantiated. So drawable D is equal to new circle. So in this statement, you are creating the object for this circle. Okay. So D dot draw. So which draw is called actually the draw within the circle. Okay. So with the draw within the circle, drawing a circle, which is called that is printed in the output. Okay, this is one of the another example of interface. Next, how can you achieve multiple inheritance in Java by interface? Okay, multiple inheritance in Java by interface only. So a class, see the diagram, a class can able to implement more than interface at the same time. Okay, so a class can able to implement more than interface at the same time. That is, can able to comma one of the interface comma one more interface. That is possible. And one more possible, an interface can able to extend more than interface at the same time. These two things are possible in Java by interface concept. A class can able to implement more than in one interface. An interface can able to extend more than one interface. Okay. Example. Here, two interfaces are there. The first interface, printable. The second interface, showable. Okay, the printable interface, which has one abstract method, print, that is public abstract void print. The second interface, showable, which has one method, void show, which is also by default public abstract void show. Okay, enough. Next, a normal class, concrete class A7, class A7, which implements printable, comma, showable. Okay, which is possible in Java. Class A implements printable, comma, showable, which is possible. Which is not possible, class A extends something class A6, A5, another class, another super classes. Okay. For example, a program having three class A1, A2, A3. If suppose I'm writing class A3 extends A1, comma A2. Okay. which is valid or invalid one. This is also one of the MCQ part, as well as as well as your academic, as well as your placement. Okay, this is not eligible. But in Java, a normal class A7, okay, class A7, which implements printable, showable. It is possible. A class can able to implement more than one interface at the same time. That is possible in Java. This is the example of multiple inheritance in Java. Okay, so as the class A7, which implements both printable, showable, it should give the implementation detail of the both abstract methods, which is included in the both interfaces. So it should give the implementation detail of print as well as show. That is why here public void print, a simple print statement hello. Next public void show, another one print statement welcome. Okay. So in the main function, you are creating the object and directly creating the object A7 as usual method. A7, the name of the class, the name of the reference variable OPJ equal to new A7, which is the new A7, which is the typical object. So in this statement, you are creating the object for the concrete class A7. So opg.print, opg.show. Hello, welcome. Okay, so these two statements are printed. So almost, interface, almost abstract as well as interface, both concepts are over. Next, the difference between these two. Difference between abstract class and interface. First thing, an abstract class can have both abstract and non-abstract method. Okay. Yes, an abstract class can have both abstract as well as a normal concrete method. But in interface, the interface can have only abstract method. Okay. That is why abstract gives the abstraction in the percentage 0 to 100 only. But in interface, it gives the full abstraction. That is 100% abstraction, pure abstraction. Next, second point, abstract class, it does not support multiple inheritance. Yes, abstract class doesn't support multiple inheritance. If you are using a normal class, extends abstract class 1, comma, abstract class 2, this is almost the invalid one in Java. Okay, but interface, it supports multiple inheritance. Yes. Example, in normal class implements interface number 1, comma, interface number 2, which is a valid one in Java. Okay, it supports multiple inheritance. And the third point, it can provide the implementation of the interface. See here, actually the third point, which is the a placement related point question. It can provide the implementation of the interface, which means an abstract class can able to implement another interface. Okay, an abstract class. For example, an abstract class implements interface. It is possible. An abstract class can able to give the implementation of the interface, but it cannot provide the implementation of the abstract class. That reverse is not possible. An abstract class implements interface. It is possible, but that interface extends abstract. This is not possible. Okay. So the third point, which is actually the typical point, which is relevant to the Wipro placement. Okay. And the fourth point, an abstract class can have protected and abstract public methods. Okay, that is the access specifiers, protected, that things are included. It is possible in abstract, but in interface, the method should be public abstract only. Okay, the method should be public abstract only. Next, the last point, an abstract class can have final, the keywords, final, static, or static final. That is final static or static final, both are same. Okay, the order is actually the next order, both are same. Variable with any access specifiers. Okay, abstract class in this, the variables which is initialized within the abstract class, it may be a final, static, or static final, or static with any access specifiers. But in interface, the access specifier only the variable for public static final. Okay, the access specifier which is the valid one is interface in public. Okay, so the variables initialized in interface which is automatically public static final. Okay, In Java, see here the term public static final. In Java, once if you are making a variable initialized with public static final means that variable which is automatically converted into the constant. Okay, so in C++, some other method is there, some const keyword in C, some the keyword is there, but in Java, if you are making any variable as public static final means that variable which is the constant, okay, constant for the class, okay. So almost this is the difference between abstract class and interface. So abstract class as well as interface both are coming to the root concept of abstraction in Java. Okay, so what is abstraction means? So abstraction it's showing just hiding the implementation detail. So as hiding the implementation detail, just showing only the functionality of the user. So there are two ways, abstract as well as interface. There are two mechanisms to achieve abstraction in Java. The first one, which brings a partial 0 to 100. The second interface, which will bring the a full abstraction. Okay. So interface, using the interface concept, you can able to implement both abstraction as well as multiple inheritance in Java. So important one, how can you achieve multiple inheritance in Java? Okay, the answer is simple, interface. That is a normal class which implements interface 1, comma interface 2. This is possible. Okay, but reverse, a normal class which extends another normal two classes extends a1 comma a2, which is not possible in Java. That is why we have come over with the interface. Okay. So if you initialized any variable within interface means which is automatically converted into public static final by default as compiler. If you are declared any method within the interface means that method which is automatically converted into public abstract, okay, method by default by compiler. So next, the interface between difference between interface and abstract, that is over. So I need doubt. Kindly complete your assignments.